Okay, grade five. We'll start by asking some questions about what we studied before. So we said that the ecosystem, it includes all the living things and the non-living things in the ecosystem. And we said that the scientists, they decided to study the interactions between the different systems of the Earth. And they figured out that there are four main systems that make up our Earth system. So Amr Muhammad, what is meant by biosphere? What is meant by biosphere?
Biosphere is it contain all living things, including human.
It contains all living things, including humans. Excellent, thank you. Jawad. Jawad, turn on your microphone, please. Jawad. Okay, Jasser.
Dismissed.
Yes. Okay, Jasser, what is meant by hydrosphere?
All water on Earth.
All the water on Earth, including what?
Oceans.
Yes.
Oceans and seas and rivers and ponds.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, Hassan,
Yes, Mister.
what is meant by atmosphere?
Contains all gases
Contains all gases.
like
Continue.
oxygen.
Like oxygen, thank you. Okay, Mustafa, what is meant by lithosphere or geosphere?
Land contains things such
Huh? What is the lithosphere, Mustafa?
the lithosphere is contains such things such as rocks, minerals, landforms, soil, and molten rocks.
Excellent, thank you. It is related to all the ground formations. Thank you, this is great. Okay, guys, then we moved to the interactions between the different systems of the Earth, like the interaction among the hydrosphere and the geosphere. Can anyone tell what is the interaction between hydrosphere and geosphere? Jawad?
The interaction with the hydrosphere and geosphere.
Yes.
When erosion and lakes formations happen.
Excellent, thank you. Okay, then what is the interaction between atmosphere and the biosphere? Jasser?
Yes, Mister.
Yes. What is your answer?
When the plant, when plants,
Come on, Jasser.
okay.
Describe the interaction between the atmosphere and the biosphere. Jasser.
Yes, Mister.
Yes, what is your answer? Come on.
When the plants give off oxygen,
Okay, thank you. Hassan,
yes, Mister.
what is the interaction between the lithosphere and the biosphere?
Hydrosphere and the biosphere.
Lithosphere and the biosphere.
When animals and plants live in it
Yeah,
or use
Hassan,
it,
Hassan. The
yes,
interaction
Mister.
between lithosphere and the biosphere. Come on, Hassan.
Yes.
Yes, what is your answer? Okay, Hassan, thank you. Amr,
Yes, Mister. When soil provides nutrient for plant.
when soil provides the nutrients for plants. Excellent. Turn off your microphone, Amr. Okay, then Mustafa, describe the interaction between hydrosphere and the biosphere.
The biosphere like the animals and the plants. The animals and the plant need basic needs like water, and the hydrosphere is the water. So they interact with each other.
Excellent, thank you. This is great. Then we moved to the water and we said that we use water in many things like drinking, washing clothes, water transport, and so on. Then we moved to our blue planet and we said that more than 70% of the Earth's surface is covered with water. And the water ecosystems are called aquatic ecosystems. Then we moved to the salt water and the fresh water. We studied some of these terms. So what is the abyssal zone? What is meant by abyssal zone? So what?
Yes, Mister.
Yes, answer.
It's so deep that sunlight cannot reach it.
Continue. Continue, Jawad.
It's with very cold temperature at the bottom layer and rough currents.
Excellent, thank you. This is great. Okay, guys, now let's move to the part. This is the last part of this page. We will talk about the plants. The plants, they are all around. Yes, we can find the plants everywhere on our planet Earth. We can find the plants in the desert from the harsh, dry climate of the desert. Harsh means hard or unbearable. Unbearable. We cannot stand this dry weather, but we can find the plants in the desert. to tall snowy mountains. Even on the tall snowy mountains, we can find some types of plants. To deep within the seas, to deep within the seas. Also deep within the seas, we can find some forms or types of plants. There are hundreds of thousands of different plant types, from very large tall trees to very small trees, right? From very beautiful to very strange. Yes, some flowers are very beautiful, and some plants are very strange, like the cactus, for example. Every plant has the same basic need as we studied. The plants need air, water, nutrients, and sunlight. But does all the plants need them in the same amounts? No. No, different plants need different amounts of light, water, nutrients to survive. So they do not all the plants need all the nutrients at the same amounts, but the amounts of these nutrients differ from one plant to another according to the type of the plant and the environment that the plant grows in. Plants are a renewable resource, renewable resource. So it can be renewed. We can always obtain new plants by planting new seeds, right? Because we can grow more plants. They are renewable through the plant life cycle. Yes, the plants, they are renewed by the plant life cycle. When the plant started to grow or germinate from the seed into small plant, and if this plant started to get bigger, then the big plant started to produce seeds. The seeds will move to the soil, growing a new plant, and so on. Then we come to the importance of plants for life on Earth. How the plants are important for life on Earth. The plants provide food for all the animals, from insects to humans. So when it comes to the food web, plants are an important part as producers. Do you remember the food web that we studied? It always started with a plant because the plants are the producers. These are the organisms that can use the energy from sunlight to make their own food and they provide food for all other organisms, from insects, the small insects, to humans. Okay. Also, the plants give shelter. Humans and other animals use plants and plant products to create places to live there. Yes, we might cut some trees to get the wood in order to build a house, or like birds, when birds build their nests above the tree branches, right? Also, the plants are a source of many healing ointments and medicine. Yes, from some animals we can extract some medicines, right? Or like all the herbal teas that we can use. Also, the plants give the world beauty, and the plants provide us with the oxygen in the air that we breathe. Plants also, do you remember the process of photosynthesis when the plants give off oxygen that we need to breathe? Okay, then the food chain, this is a reminder of a food chain that show how each living thing gets their food. If you can see this food chain and food web, so this food web, it tells us which organism eats what, okay? But how a living thing finds their food depends on what kind of habitat they live in. What does this sentence mean? I need you just to read this sentence again. Okay, Ishaq,
Yes, Mister.
can you read the highlighted sentence?
Yes.
Okay.
How living things find their food depends on what kind of habitat they live in.
Okay, thank you. So the way that the living thing get their food, it depends on where this living thing lives. What is its habitat? So the animals in the water or the ocean, for example, they have a way to get their food different from a camel in the desert, different from a bird in a forest, right? So how the animal will get its food depends on where this animal lives, what is the habitat for the animal. And there are food chains and food webs in the ocean habitat. As you can see in this picture, it starts with the algae and diatoms that are eaten by sea urchins, zooplankton, and the clams. The clams are eaten by the sea star. The sea star is eaten by the butterfly fish, which is eaten by the shark. Also, the zooplankton, these are microscopic organisms that eat algae and diatoms. It is eaten by coral. We studied that the corals are eaten by the parrotfish, the triggerfish, and butterfly fish. And all these fish are eaten eventually by the shark. Okay, guys, till now this is clear. The last page, these are parts of different activities that we will work on it through the study of the activity through this part. Okay. Any questions before we move to the activities of our book? This is clear for you guys? Okay. Now let's move to the activities of our book. This is activity number 1. Now we are in the third part of the book. This is unit 3, which is interaction between Earth's systems. Okay. The first activity says this is concept 3.1, hydrosphere and biosphere interactions. Hydrosphere and biosphere interactions. Activity number 1 says, can you explain? Activity number 1 says, can you explain hydrosphere and biosphere interactions? Hydrosphere and biosphere interactions. This is a picture of our blue planet Earth. So can anyone tell how does Earth's biosphere interacts with Earth's hydrosphere? Guys, from what we studied, can anyone answer this question?
Yes, mister.
Yes. Read and answer the question.
Okay. When animal and plant live in water and use it as a shelter,
Yes, this is great.
and the other animal like human, it drink water and
Great.
use it to survive.
This is great.
Plant also use water in making it photosynthesis.
Excellent. That's more than enough. Thank you, Am. This is great. Okay, guys. Now let's move to the next activity. Activity number 2 says, ask questions like a scientist. Water's impact. Look at the image. List the reasons you think water is important. You can arrange your list into categories. So look at this boy right here. He is watering plants. So can anyone tell us what is the importance or what are the importances of plants, of water? What is the importance of water? Or list reasons you think water is important. Why do you think water is important? Mustafa?
Because Mr. The plant need water to survive and make its food.
Excellent. Plants need water to make their own food and provide food for
And
all the organisms.
to provide the oxygen to the humans.
Excellent. Thank you, Mustafa. This is great. Okay, guys, now let's move to the third activity. This is the importance of water for life on Earth. We have 3 videos to watch, and as you watch, you complete the statements. Okay, so the first video talks about plants. I need you all to pay attention, please. Okay, let's see.
Oh, hello there. We still have a couple of minutes before Charlie and Jose arrive. I had them take care of some of the lab plants for a couple of weeks, and they're bringing them in for our discussion today. Do you know that there are hundreds of thousands of different plant types, from very large to very small, from very beautiful to very strange. Every plant has the same basic needs: air, water, nutrients, and light. Plants also exist almost everywhere on Earth, from the harsh, dry climate of a desert to tall, snowy mountains to deep within the seas. Plants are all around, and that's a good thing, because without plants, you and I wouldn't be here at all.
We're here, Lori.
Oh, good. Hold on. We'll continue this in a moment.
Hi, Lori. Sorry we're late. I had to convince Charlie to come in.
Convince her? Why? Charlie, don't you like coming here?
I love coming here, Lori. I was just afraid you would be upset. Look.
Yes, your philodendron isn't doing very well, is it?
I'm sorry, Lori. I did everything that Jose did. I watered it, placed it near a window in the sun, but it kept looking worse and worse every day.
It's okay, Charlie. In fact, this is a good example of how different plants need different amounts of light, water, and nutrients to survive.
See, I told you she would use this as a way to show us something.
But before we can talk about Charlie's plant, I was just explaining to everyone out there just how many plants there are in the world and why they're so important.
Don't let us stop you.
Why, thanks, Jose. You see, as I was saying, without plants, there would be no animals. Plants do all kinds of things to help us.
They provide food for all animals, from insects to humans. So when it comes to the food web, plants are an important part.
And they give us shelter. Humans and other animals use plants and plant products to create places to live.
They are also the source for many healing ointments and medicines.
And they give the world beauty.
And green plants provide us with the oxygen in the air we breathe. Without that, we might as well pack up and leaf. Get it? Leaf?
Oh, Lori.
Okay, guys, now let's move to the second video. This is our blue planet. Pay attention, please.
Water is everywhere. We find water in lakes, rivers, oceans, ice, and even underground. There's so much water on Earth that Earth looks like a blue marble from space. We don't know of any other planet that has water the way ours does. Hold up a globe and look at how much blue you see. More than 2/3 of the Earth is covered by bodies of water, mainly oceans. When you look closer and closer and closer, you see more and more places where water is found. As water moves from place to place, it changes shape. The sun heats water to make it rise into the sky where it travels. Water can also change phase from liquid water to ice or disappear into the air as water vapor. No matter what its properties are, the total amount of water on Earth does not change. We can recycle it, but we can't make new water. The number of people on Earth is growing, so we really need to know where all of the water is and how to take care of it. People need water to live. We use it to drink, prepare food, bathe, and to stay healthy. We also use water for cleaning, recreation, shipping, travel, and as a source of food. All fish, animals, and insects need water too. Water is needed for healthy plant growth.
Okay, then let's move to the last video. This is water, Earth's important resource.
Of these three, water may be the most obvious. Stand on a beach and look out across the ocean. The water stretches as far as the eyes can see. In fact, the Earth is often called the blue planet because most of the Earth's surface is covered by oceans. For us humans, the oceans provide important resources. A resource is something that is useful to us. We get food from the oceans, such as fish, oysters, and lobsters. Ships use the oceans to get from one place to another. And we swim and have fun in the oceans. The water in the oceans is salt water, but the Earth also has lots of fresh water, water that doesn't have much salt in it.
There are streams and rivers, lakes and ponds.
Fresh water also is an important resource. We need fresh water to drink. Without water, we and other living things would soon die.
Okay. So in this part, it says, I wonder. We need statements that starts with I wonder, like I'll start by myself. I wonder how much fresh water is out there on our planet Earth. Or I wonder what will happen if all the water vanished from Earth or disappeared from Earth. I wonder what will happen to humans without water. So can anyone tell us another example of I wonder sentence from these videos? Can anyone think of just one? I wonder what? Yes, Mustafa.
I wonder how to get fruits without plants.
Excellent, thank you. Hassan?
I wonder how to get food from the ocean.
Excellent, how to get food from the ocean. This is great. Okay, guys, now let's move to activity number 4. It says, what do you already know about hydrosphere and biosphere interactions? This is a fun activity. Drag each word from the word bank next to the statement that best describes it. So we have the statements and we have the definitions. We have ocean, lake, runoff, estuary, river, and the groundwater. So let's read the sentence or the definition, then see which one will fit this definition. Okay, Jasser, the first one.
Yes, mister. A body of water surrounded by that is often fresh but sometimes salty. River.
Read the sentence carefully, Jasser.
A body of water surrounded by lake.
Lake, excellent, thank you. So this is a lake. The second one.
Water that flow from one area of a high latitude to an area of lower latitude in a different altitude in a definite channel. River.
This is a river, excellent, thank you. Turn off your microphone. Jawad.
Yes, mister.
Yes, Jawad.
Water from rain or snow that moves into river or the ground. Groundwater.
No, pay attention. Water from rain or snow that moves into rivers or the ground. It's a
Runoff.
runoff. Excellent. Thank you. This is great. Okay. Saleh Hashami.
Yes, mister.
Yes.
A very large body of salt water. Ocean.
Ocean. Excellent. A very large body of salt water. Thank you. Okay. Ziad.
Yes, mister.
Yes.
Yes, mister. What?
The next one.
Next, The month of the river that meets the ocean.
The mouth of the river that meets the ocean. So when the river pours its water in the ocean, this area is called,
River.
No, we only have two choices above. This is the area where the river
Groundwater.
meets the ocean. No, this is the area where the river meets the ocean. It's an estuary. Thank you, Ziad. It's an estuary. Great, thank you. Ashab, the last one.
Yes, mister.
Yes?
Water that fills billions of tiny space underground.
What is it?
Groundwater.
Groundwater. Yes, excellent. Thank you. This is groundwater. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for this lovely period. I'm so proud of you all. So today we finished the summary, the last page of the summary. Then we moved to the activities in our book, part 3. This is unit 3, concept 3.1, hydrosphere and the biosphere interactions. We studied or we worked on the activities 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we will continue in the next period. Thank you guys.